Hello everyone, my name is Cyversecurity and today I will be presenting how healthcare organizations can implement a cybersecurity framework aligned with HIPAA to identify and close the gap between its current security posture and its future target state. This presentation also integrates concepts from previous risk assessment, business impact analysis, and business continuity planning assignments completed throughout this program. Current security environment. Our organization operates within a hybrid infrastructure supported by on-premise and data center, cloud-hosted resources, and various IoT medical devices. Core systems include electronic health records, patient portal, and internal communication services. Although the environment functions effectively day-to-day, securing processes are not fully centralized. Development follows a DevOps style, but security involvement during development is inconsistent. Configuration management and access tracking are not uniformly applied across departments, creating bleed spots. Because of protected health information flows across clinical, administrative, and cloud systems, this fragmented environment leaves the organization vulnerable to unauthorized access, misconfiguration, and potential HIPAA violations. Current risk management practices. The organization currently performs risk assessments, but they do not meet HIPAA's requirements of ongoing dynamic risk management. Threats such as phishing, ransomware, incident misuse, and outdated legacy systems remain partially addressed. Risk decisions are not formally documented, and mitigation strategies are inconsistently tracked due to limited security staffing and constrained budgets. Overall, the organization aligns loosely with the NIST Cybersecurity Framework but track maturity across several functions, especially in detection and response. Regulatory requirement under HIPAA. HIPAA security rule establish mandatory administrative, physical, and technical safeguards that all covered entity and businesses associates must apply. This includes risk analysis, workforce training, access control, audit, login encryption, and incident response capability. HIPAA also requires assurance that cloud vendor comply with these safeguards through businesses associate agreements. Non-compliance can lead to severe financial penalties, reputation harm, and litigation. Therefore, aligning cybersecurity practices to HIPAA is both a legal obligation and a business necessity. Framework selection NIST-ECSF. To improve security posture and ensure HIPAA compliance, our organization selected the NIST Cybersecurity Framework. NIST-CSF is flexible, risk-based, and highly capable with HIPAA requirements. It provides a clear structure, identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover, which support both gap analysis and long-term security maturity planning. This framework provides the backbone for aligning operation to HIPAA safeguards while improving overall cyber resiliencies. Using security framework for program development. Security frameworks act as blueprint for creating a structured cybersecurity program. They help standardize patching, configuration management, access control, and access inventories. By mapping organizational processes to specific framework categories, we clearly define our roles and responsibility and ensure that decisions follow industry best practices. Framework alignment also supports training, program monitoring activities, and incident response planning, enabling a measurable improvement in security maturity over time. Gap identification process. To move from the current state to a future target state, we begin with a detailed HIPA NIST CSF gap assessment. This involves comparing existing safeguards with mandatory HIPA protection such as encryption, audit control, and access management. Misses or weak control are documented in a risk register alongside likelihood, impact, and recommend remediation actions. This process ensures risk is addressed systematically rather than reactively. Closing the gap implementation roadmap. Several core initiatives were identified as essential to achieve HIPA compliance. First, deploying encryption for data at the rest and in transit. Second, enforce multi-factor authentication across systems. Third, centralize patch and configuration management. Fourth, implement stronger detection capability through CMS technologies. And finally, improve redundancy and backup validation for business continuity. Together, these steps create a more secure, resilient environment aligned with both HPA and NIST standards. Organization, Organizational workflow diagram. This diagram illustrates how cybersecurity decisions and information flow within the organization. At the top are executive leaders who establish strategies, direction, and authorize investment. The CISO translates this goal into security policies and risk priorities. Risk management and compliance team conduct assessment and interpret HIPA requirements. Technical team, both IT operation and security operation, implement and monitor controls. At the bottom, end users such as clinicians and administrative staff interact daily with systems that process sensitive patient data. Understand this workflow ensures that responsibility and accountability are clearly defined. Legal and regulatory impact. Legal and regulatory compliance is not optional. HIPA violations could cost millions and damage our reputation. Strong policy training and audit are necessary to maintain both compliance and public trust. Critical cybersecurity needs to ensure HPA compliance. A fully comply with HIPA, several critical controls must be implemented and maintained. This includes strong access control based on least privileges, encryption and secure key management, continuous logging and monitoring, standardized secure configurations, a needs alignment and incident response plan, a business continuity plan ensures system availability, and vendor risk evaluation for all cloud services. This safeguard directly map to HIPA's technician and administrative requirements and must be prioritized to protect patients' information. Prioritize an organization effort. As part of the implementation plan, cybersecurity action were prioritized based on risk impact and business needs. High priority action include MFA deployment, inscription, and logging. Medium priority tasks involve configuration management and user training. Lower priority tasks focus on long-term system modernization. This risk-based approach ensure that limited resources are directed toward control that provide the greatest protection for electronic protected health information. Element of software assurance and maturity model. The software assurance maturity model, or SAMS, help the organization build secure application across the development lifecycle. It includes governance, secure construction practices, verification techniques such as testing and code review, control development processes, and operational monitoring. By maturing software development practices, the organization reduces vulnerability, increase resilience, and maintain HIPAA compliance for applications handling patients. In conclusion, implement a security framework such as the NIST Cybersecurity Framework allows the organization to improve its cybersecurity posture, reduce risk, and comply with HIPAA requirements. Trust structure gap analysis, prioritize remediation, and continuous monitoring. The organization can protect patient data, strengthen resilience, and support mission critical healthcare operations. Thank you for listening. I'm now available for any question. Thank you.